Spawning in the bottom right hand corner, ladies and gentlemen, playing for cmstorm, hailing from South Africa. He's going to be playing with a little bit less latency than he's used to today, and that may come into his advantage. Let's see if he can translate that. He was very pumped up before the game, in a very positive mood. Let's see if this translates into results. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the one, the only, PandaTank. His opponent, though, an incredibly strong staple of the European StarCraft 2 scene. He plays Zerg. He's spawning in the blue colors in the top left-hand corner. What will he be able to do against his opponent here? We'll find out. Incredibly solid. He goes by the name dignitas.tefel.
Now, I don't know, but there's a lot of people here in chat right now who seem to think that this is the world of PandaTank, because he has got a stupid number of supporters. I think any minute we're about to get flooded with TEFL supporters as well, because I've just dropped a tweet out. TEFL, of course, is an awesome guy, met him multiple times. PandaTank has one of the coolest names in all of esports.
He does have one of the coolest names in all of esports, this much is certain. He's going to be putting down the pylon on the low ground, indicative, of course, of that very, very early expansion. We see no forge and no gateway. It looks like that nexus is, in fact, going to get put down first here on Belshire Vestige. Note that, oh wow, well, we have two drones here going to immediately thwart the efforts of this probe to try and stop the hatchery from going. He wants to delay that as long as possible, because it's going to take a while before a cannon is available. And the hatchery is going to go down quite quickly at the expense of a little bit more mining time. But TEFL anticipating this, and there we go. Immediately the forge goes down from PandaTank. Will he put down the cannon before the gateway as well? Maybe.
He should get the gateway first, just to really get the wall off going quite nicely, because he's seen that TEFL isn't doing anything too crazy. So he should be safe doing that. He's going to have enough money to do it as well. No reason not to at the moment. And yep, there we go. Gateway coming down before the cannon. And yeah, this is sitting fine, okay? TEFL with the Overlord knows that it was an early Nexus, and Nexus first can take his third base within really the next 30 seconds would be ideal. And yeah, all the timings are good. We're going to be getting safely into the mid game, and that is where it's up to PandaTank, mainly to decide what he's going to be throwing at the Dignitas player.
We'll find out. Like you said, I think this early third base is definitely on the cards now for TEFL. He has spotted that Nexus early with the Overlord, and we actually have the probe here sort of getting ready to block that potential third hatchery coming out from TEFL. So PandaTank anticipating that that third hatch will be popping down shortly, and he'll do his very best to block it. Do we have any Zerglings out on the field at the moment? We do not for TEFL, so he did go for that pool, but he's not really using his Zerglings to potentially establish map control early on. He just wants to drone up as fast as humanly possible here.
TEFL is actually doing something a little bit unusual, because we're already at the 4-minute 50 mark. He knows that Nexus came down really quick, but hasn't gone to take a third.
No, this is interesting, and he's still continuing
and he didn't make Zerglings. That's even more odd. Usually you see 2 or 4 Zerglings every time.
That's also very useful, for example, if you see situations like this. So TEFL is going to be going for this, and this has to be frustrating, because there are no like, if there were Zerglings already on the field, even just 2 Zerglings hitting away at this minimizes the amount of time that TEFL's not able to put down his third hatchery. We're not going to see that here. Only 2 Zerglings being made as well, in addition to a round of 8 drones. And yes, they're going to go and immediately try and take down this pylon. But the third base, as a result, is going to be considerably delayed. I think it's probably worth it there for PandaTank just to put that down. Also note that 2 Zerglings are significantly less fast than 4. With the drone helping out, though, it'll only be another 20 seconds or so before that pylon goes down in-game, of course.
There is a Stargate.
There is a Stargate coming up right now.
Yep, down at the back there. Now, take a look at the Overlord for TEFL just outside the natural base there, JoRoSaR.
Oh, this one.
Yep, can he see both gases? That's the really important thing.
Able to, yeah.
So he knows they're both there. Yeah. That will give TEFL a really good indicator that actually this is going quite gas heavy. But notice only 3 probes being put in that 4th gas now. That's something that TEFL won't be able to identify. So he knows something tech heavy is coming out, and he's got to keep a look for it. But it's going to be Phoenix from that Stargate for the time being. And TEFL is getting a rotor on and going straight up to lair. But his third was so heavily delayed that he's got to take no damage from these Phoenix. If he starts losing drones to these Phoenix, he's going to be in quite a lot of problems, I think.
Yeah, you're completely right. We'll see a lot of it. Ooh, almost getting that probe there, but not quite. will be able to escape for now, PandaTank. Only 5 hit points, but slowly regenerating his shields. Is he going to be able to make it? 1 hit point left on those shields. Very, very close now. And the Phoenix is going to be attacking and killing off this Overlord here. So I imagine the Phoenix will also be going to the other side of the base to try and stop this from happening. And Probe is so close.
Oh, the
Probe
Zealot!
Very...
It was the Zealot got in the way.
He had one job.
The Probe wasn't minimal walking, so the Zealot was just sitting there and was like, hey, you're going around me, dead.
Secretly a changeling?
Secretly.
This guy right here, watch out. If these
An
sentries
infiltrator.
go out, it's definitely his fault.
So, here we
Game
go.
of Thrones-esque, very.
This second Overlord getting taken out. 2 more are on the way for TEFL, but of course losing these Overlords... Okay, it's irritating, but it's not going to supply block TEFL. But what it has allowed him to do is know that there's Phoenix up. That's why the Hydrogen started. But already Robotics Facility nearly complete for PandaTank. If he gets a quick Robo Bay, Colossi,
Yeah.
winning. What was the game we saw earlier where that actually happened?
Oh, man.
Exactly like...
Yeah, I completely understand.
Mana, sort of.
It was so good. Just anticipating the tech switches from a Zerg. I mean, a Zerg player, a very, very strong part of Zerg play is being able to tech switch very, very quickly indeed. So in order to anticipate and be a step ahead, you have to be thinking further ahead against a Zerg, and that's exactly the kind of play that we might be able to see from PandaTank here. Indeed, the robotics bait is going down now, so immediately going, well, my opponent's probably going to be getting Hydras, let's get the Colossi out and see if I can hit some sort of timing with this, and it could end up being very strong. Some of it will come down to engagement, of course, like you will need a couple of decent force fields and extended thermal lance will have to be out and ready, but PandaTank trying to set himself up here for a big Colossus timing.
He did, and if he manages to pull it off, it will be really strong. He's also got the option of going to take his third, because he's got enough money to do so. He's just checking that there's nothing too scary around there. The robotics facility is now done, +1 on its way. But look at this from TEFL, getting groove spines. That's actually a relatively big tell, because if you don't have muscular arguments, you're not going to be pushing out. Instead, he's getting the infestation pit.
Oh, right.
Roach Hydra with an infestation pit can often mean that you're going to be going up into quick Vipers.
It could indeed, of course, getting that infestation pit so that the hive can come down. And Viper's incredibly useful against Colossi. So once again, we see a little bit of cat and mouse in terms of strategic choices here as far as those units are concerned. Going up to the Viper to try and counteract those Colossi before too many of them get out on the field. And we do actually see the Colossi in production right now at that robotics facility as well. Extended Thermal Lance is also on its way, not being chrono boosted, not actually looking for a massive hurry yet, which worries me a little bit because TEFL is making nothing but roaches and hydras right now, and I think he wants to do a massive timing against his third base.
And it can hit really hard. If there's only a single Colossus down, especially before extended thermal lance is done, this works. It works really well. You need like 3-4 Colossi to stop this. And PandaTank doesn't have that at the moment. He's gone for the third. He sees the rocks dying. But is he going to be able to react in time? He should notice. There we go. Okay, pulling the Colossi down. The force fields have to be brilliant. And in come the roaches. In come the hydras. PandaTank. Get those force fields down. And there he goes.
Alright, so the force field's going down. The Colossus trying to do as much damage as possibly can, but it's a single Colossus in the back here, and he doesn't have extended thermal lance either. Another great amount of force fields. The Roaches, in the meantime, trying to attack the Mothership Core here with that Photon Overcharge is going to help a lot. The Roaches now coming in, attempting to snipe on that Colossus. That one lone Colossus is actually doing a fantastic job, considering he is all by himself, but the support units are almost all gone. Second Colossus coming in now, but where are the gateway units to support? They are simply not present at the moment, and they are about to get cornered by this massive Roach Hydra force.
And this is not looking good for PandaTank now. He's lost his Colossi. He is over 120 supply down on that of his opponent. This is GG.